Archie, it's you?
Mataji, Prabhuji, Nene Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Sagar Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam. May I base Sagar Prabhu for joining. And so Ritu Matjama, I forgot your spiritual initiative and it'll take some time for me to understand. Radha Jivani.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Just I rename my, Radha Bhavani Prabhuji.
Radha Bhavani, not Jivani. Okay, Radha.
No, Jivani Prabhuji, Bhavani.
Okay.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji.
Dandavat Pranam. Just give me 1 minute. Hold on. One problem with this program is, one, it is online. Second thing is there is no kirtan. Third thing is there is no prasad. So you people are missing that. What should we do about it? There is no prasad, there is no kirtan. Kirtan we can still do it actually, no, but prasad. And you are not coming collectively and doing service. That is another thing. What do you see in the screen?
Aspects of God.
3 aspects of God, Prabhuji. And then God, Prabhuji, now.
That's a good one. So, I touched last time, but in India, there may be many organizations, but there are only 2. Who will read the first translation, first verse?
I'll read, Prabhuji. Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the tested?
So, in India, sometimes it is called Dvaita and Advaita. How many of you heard these 2 words?
I heard.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So Krishna is giving his answer as straight. People who worship you, which is perfect. Those people who worship you, through bhakti yoga is perfect, better, perfect, or people who worship your impersonal Brahman. He didn't say you are impersonal. He said those who worship impersonal Brahman, who are perfect. Everyone is listening this,
Yes, Prabhuji.
Who will answer
Yes,
the?
Prabhuji.
Can somebody read the second one?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, those who fix their mind on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect.
It is like Krishna is giving his ultimate answer on this. Everybody, can you hear? Can you hear what Krishna is telling?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Those who worship me in my personal form, they are better. They are the most perfect. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Mayyaveshmano yamam nityukta pasate sraddhaya paryopitas teme yukta tamo mataha. So what is Krishna telling? People who worship me as Krishna in my personal form, they are considered to be most perfect. How many of you understood?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Straight.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Actually, no, there are people, one time I mentioned this. Some people worship Lord Shiva, but their end goal is to become one with Brahman. Then where is Lord Shiva then? You're listening,
Yes, Prabhuji.
They, you see definitely in their pictures, you see Shivlingas, they recite mantras, lingashtakam, but the end goal is not to go back to Shiva. The end goal is to become one with God, become Brahman, become one with, they think God is Brahman. And then where is the room for Shiva? No answer.
Jai Gurudev.
Who is that?
This is Madhvi, Prabhuji.
So first of all, thank you, Hare Krishna, my obeisances.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
So many people, sometimes, they start worshipping, they get some results, then they become attached to it. They don't understand it is for the body. For example, you go to one temple, next day you get the job. That's it. They will become your family deity, your grandfather probably, So then family deity, your father will worship, and then you will worship. But you're educated now. Your grandfather was wearing only dhoti. Your father was wearing simple pant shirt. But you started wearing jeans. Your children started wearing the ripped jeans, torn jeans. But when it comes to God, no, we should not change it. You changed everything. I don't think your great grandfather ate onion garlic also. Your father after independence, started eating things which your grandfather did not eat. New habits.
Tea.
India got liquor shops. So is everyone agreeing to whatever I'm telling?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
But when it comes to worship, my grandfather never, my father never wore jeans, but I wore jeans. But my children are wearing, what is it called?
Ripped jeans.
Ripped jeans, torn jeans. What is it called? Ripped, okay, whatever. So in the airport, you see big holes. I don't want to laugh. I'm sorry, but you see that, But when it comes to worship, no. You don't want to change. So anyway, the point is, Saljamata, you're hearing about?
Prabhuji, say that again, Prabhuji.
Can you hear?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can. Yeah.
So the point I'm making is, you're the only one, you unmute and so the only person I can ask is you others. I don't know what they're doing, So hopefully they're listening.
Yes.
So
Yes.
honestly speaking, the origin of all Shiva Tattva, there are Ekadash Rudras. The origin is Sadashiva. Sadashiva lives in Golok Vrindavan with Krishna actually. If you worship Lord Shiva, Vaishnavanam Yatashambhu, this is 11th canto. The topmost devotee. Nimnagan. We just went to Vrindavan. Wherever you go, you'll see Lord Shiva as the Dwar. He's the protector of the dhams. You go to Kamyavan and there, actually you go to even what do you call that? You go to Rasasthali, the highest place. At the entrance, of course, there Shiva is decorated as a gopi. Shiva also became gopi because he wants to experience that mellow. So the point is, end of the day, you want to become God, or you will become servitor of God. You become subservient to God. If you think I'll become subservient to God, that's my eternal position. One day our mother Malti, she was GVC actually, she's 78-year-old now. She said, she went as an American, she went to a program in her university. They said, you take this mantra, you'll become God. I said, oh, if I am God, there is some problem. The world will not run properly, with the, there are, 1960s and 70s, so much of hippism in America. She said, definitely, I'm not God. Prabhupada said, you are the person who says he's God is dog. Prabhupada was very heavy actually. So Prabhupada said at the end, in a liberated stage, you'll be under the internal energy. We have seen that. On a conditioned stage, you'll be under the influence of external energy. Jiva is tata, tatastha. Tatastha means in the bank. Sometimes you're in the sand, sometimes you're touched by water. That's why it's called a Jiva is tatastha Sakti, marginal. Everyone is listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
So
Yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna is telling, in a liberated state, you'll be under internal energy. Like Hanuman, like in our case, like gopis are Krishna's friends, Sridama, Sudama, Madhumangal, Stok Krishna are Krishna's servants, are the the Kalpa Vriksha trees, or Mother Yeshoda, the like elderly gopis and gopas headed by Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj. Or if you are very advanced conjugal love, you will become younger gopis. Radharani has 1 billion gopis. How many?
1 billion.
1 billion.
1 billion.
1 billion.
That's what I read. But recently somebody said 636 million. Means 63 crores or 100 crores. It doesn't make much difference anyway. So that many assistants Radharani has to serve Krishna. Wow. No? But one thing is there. If you, Bhagavatam is very clear on this. If you do sadhana, you will become one with Brahman, no doubt. But there is a but. What? Does anyone know what is that but?
No
Yes.
service.
Okay, very good. Who said that?
Prabhuji, me.
Sagar Prabhu.
Okay, very good. So no service. That is not your nature. Will you sit down idle? You'll go crazy actually. There is no service there. Anybody else? What is the problem there? Or no service is very good answer. I want to
Fall
hear.
down.
Huh?
Fall down. Fall down to material world.
Who said Sagar Prabhu? So very good. Fall down to metal world. Why?
Because of no service.
Because of no service. Okay, let us see what others say.
You-
Why you'll fall down?
Because
Because
they don't
not
believe
serving
God.
the God directly.
Okay, one is that he said anything
Consciousness,
else.
Prabhuji.
Huh?
Consciousness. No consciousness, and then
No. You're conscious. No. Brahman is conscious.
because of serving mode, Prabhuji. There.
Trying to
You-
become one with God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think you're God and you don't do anything. And Brahman is, what is that? Peaceful, no activity, impersonal, invisible, absolute. Because there is no service, that is your swabhava. That is your nature. What is the nature of sugar? Anybody?
Sweet.
Wait.
If sugar is not sweet, can you call sugar?
No.
No.
What is the nature of salt?
Salty.
Salty.
Mm.
And likewise, what is the nature of the soul? To serve. In a conditioned state, we serve our senses. In a liberated state, we serve Krishna, God, Bhagavan. So because of that, your original constitutional position, because that is a dharma of the soul, which you are not doing it, if falsely thinking you are liberated, Krishna says, your consciousness is, not Krishna, Brahma says in 10th canto Bhagavatam, even if by dint of sadhana, you may be elevated to that stage, because of no service and no faith in the lotus feet of Krishna, you will patanti adho no adrishta yusmadangriya ye anye arvindakshamuktamanina tvayeshta bhava davisuddha buddhaya aruhya kruchena param padantada patanti adho no adrishta yusmadangriya. My Lord, because they don't have faith on your lotus feet, they will fall down. They will what?
Fall down.
That's why people worship. So one time I do this stotra, I do that stuff for what? I want initially I want a job for myself. Later I want the welfare of my husband or wife. I want the welfare of my children. Great. What next? What about you? Then one day you leave, people give all the reasons, the drug did not work and she passed away. Then again take birth again. So, but that's why what makes difference is knowledge. What is Krishna telling? You all agree. Ever before coming to, you have no idea before read Bhagavad Gita, right? So now, that's why, for example, Anupriya Mataji, she left the world like, but she on 1st of Jan, almost a month now, right? Only 2 chances. Either she went back to Godhead or she is continuing intermediately. She is continuing another birth. But of course, before going back to Godhead, little detail. First, if you're liber, you attain love of God, then you will go to the planet where Krishna is performing pastimes. They will you take birth in your Swarupa. Okay, I have a question to whom should I ask? Sailaja Mataji, what is Swarupa? You will take birth on Krishna planet based on your Swarupa. What is Swarupa? Who will
Form.
Form means what? Give me example. What are the chances he will take birth? As he or she will take birth as?
As a gopi.
Okay, one.
Advanced devotee.
But why use the word Swarupa?
Oh.
So what is the Swarupa? You said one is gopi, perfect. What are the other possibilities?
Dasya, Sakya, Vachalya.
Yeah, give me the names.
Oh,
Okay, those are the rastas. But what are the forms?
Yashoda, motherly, Yashoda.
Elderly
friend.
gopi. No, Yashoda position is why. Yashoda is already there. So you won't take birth as Yashoda. So you'll take birth as elderly gopi or elder gopi. Yes.
I have one question, Prabhuji.
Wait. Let her finish. 2. What are 3 more, Amma?
Radharani, and it's you said Radharani is
You
nice, so
already
it's
told
conjugal
gopis.
love. Conjugal.
Younger gopis, great. 2.
Younger
You already
gopis.
told. So elderly gopis, gopas. If you take birth, your Swarupa is Prabhu. Means, so you'll become a gopa. Elderly gopa. If it is Vasakya, Vatsalya ras. If it is Mathurya ras, you'll become a younger gopi. Great. Then what are the other 3 things? Anybody? Okay, let her finish.
Sakya, Madhurya, Dasya.
So what is the example, Amma?
Hanuman.
Hanuman.
In Krishna Loka.
In Krishna Loka, yeah.
Balram.
Like Manjaris.
Balaram will become, Balaram means friend, Sakyaras.
Friend,
So
Sakyaras.
you cannot become Balaramji. You will become a Gopa who is friendly with Krishna. Great. So, but somebody used the word Dasya. What is the example?
Dasya.
So,
As a slave.
Servant.
Servant.
not slave, servant of Krishna means, you may be working in the palace of Nanda Maharaj. But let me tell you, these are all positions very high. And actually, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says, servant, Dasya, servant is the biggest designation. Entire Vrindavan is filled with pictures of Krishna holding the feet of Radharani.
So who would be that, Prabhuji? One is elderly Gopa, and then younger Gopi, as we cannot become any of those spiritual figures.
I said you cannot become Radharani, so you can become younger Gopi.
Gopi.
Okay.
The servant, Prabhuji?
Manjaris. Who are Manjaris?
Manjaris, okay. Under Radharani. There's a parallel class going on somewhere. Our background music. So, okay, listen. This is a little detail. If your Swarupa is, okay, let us say Mathurya Ras, you will become, okay, under Radharani, Ashta Sakhis basically. Under Sakhis, Manjaris. Under Manjaris, Upamanjaris. Under Upamanjaris, you will take birth as a gopi and you will be trained you will be under Upamanjaris. Clear, but You will have one-to-one dealings with Krishna. That's a different thing. That is about Das Saman, Mathiras. When it comes to the Vatsalyaras, what are the examples of Vatsalyaras?
Nanda Baba, Yashoda.
Both Nanda and Yashoda, both are Vatsalyaras. So if your form is a spiritual form, Swarupa is feminine, you will become an elderly gopi, in Vraj, who will love Krishna. Or if your form is like masculine, then you will become an elderly gopa. So in the following the footsteps of Nanda Maharaj. Gopis means elderly gopis following the footsteps of Yashoda. Fantastic. Then Sakhyaras means what is the Swarupa?
Balaram.
You'll not become Balram, but
Balaram.
become a friend. You'll become a Gopa who is equal in age with Krishna, and you will always play with Krishna. So you'll be part of the group of Krishna's. You're part of Krishna's play group. Great, fantastic. Then servant. That is a question, Mataji. So there are, in the Krishna palace of Nanda Maharaj, there are Raktak, Chitrak, Patrak. They are servants. Palace, there are so many servants. The advantage is you will personally serve Krishna. You will see Krishna one-to-one. But if you attain Salokya Mukti, you will take birth on the same planet. It is like, you're in Michigan, but Krishna is in Florida. Okay, you'll come to know all these things, but it's a little far. But if you take birth in same palace, whichever rasa you're in, you will serve Krishna and you will see Krishna every day. If you have a glance for 1 second, you will melt. What to speak of seeing Krishna, good amount of time every day. So then that is a Dasyaras. The last
one is, sorry to interrupt, Raktak, Chittak, and I missed one more.
Raktak, Chitrak, and Patrak.
Patrak.
And what is the last one?
Shantaras, Kalpavruksha tree, cow.
All the Kalpavruksha trees, cows, deers, and all the animals of Vrindavan and Kalpavruksha trees, they are in Shantaras. Fantastic. Okay.
I have two questions actually. In Nasik, you said that Yashoda's position is fixed and nobody will take that position.
I told today also same point.
Yeah, so nobody can become mother of Krishna in like next Leelas.
No, you can. Mother Yashoda is permanent fixed position. You may become a nurse, assisting, but Mother Yashoda, Radha and his position, they're all fixed, So they're eternal associates of Krishna. So you can, Mother Yashoda, you can become an elderly gopi and serve Krishna, but you cannot become Yashoda. It's fixed. Yashoda is there. Eternally she is there.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. My second question is, if we see the picture of that Brahman, Prabhuji, Kailash is above the Brahman actually. So becoming one with God means merging into Brahman, but Kailash is in, the picture it is shown in spiritual world.
Basically, Kailash, if you see, it's marginal. If you generally, actually, this is the thing. If you worship Lord Shiva, I told this one time actually, we discussed this. If you worship Lord Shiva as, Mahadev, chief of Devatas, he will give you, Lord Shiva is known for giving material things because he's a wife, husband of Durga. She controls this world, controls the world of matter, dead matter. So he'll give you money, which is dead matter. He'll give you relationship, they're all based on dead matter only. So, so he will give you all the upland things. This is Ravana, Hiranyakasipu, all the demons, that's why they are very rich because they worship Lord Shiva. He gives you material appliances because in this world of matter, they're all dead matter and eventually they're lost with the body. So if you worship Lord Shiva as Mahadev, he'll give you material appliances. If you worship Lord Shiva as a Supreme Personality of Godhead, he'll cheat you by giving impersonal liberation and you will merge in Brahman. Because Lord Shiva is not supreme. He comes from a like from Krishna comes Balaram, from Balaram comes Sankarshan. Lord Shiva comes from Sankarshan actually. So, but if you consider Lord Shiva as the, devotee, of Vasudeva, Krishna, devotee of Krishna, and as a topmost devotee, this is verses given in 11th canto, he will send you back to spiritual world.
Not Kailash Prabhuji.
Not Kailash means it depends on, you want to serve Lord Shiva, and then you can go back and serve Lord Shiva as a devotee, but you should go, you should know the philosophy fully, But if you worship Lord Shiva genuinely, understanding the philosophy, and you want to serve him as servant of servant, you can go to Kailash and serve. But only thing with Kailash is it's marginal, Marginal means these 5 things are not there, So, but yes, if you want to serve him in the mood of servant, you can go there. Yes.
Is there a possibility
Okay.
of falling down from Kailash?
We all have a free will, Prabhu. Whenever you want to enjoy rebellious, whenever you want to enjoy independent of Krishna or any of the spiritual planets, you'll fall down.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
But today, that's what I made a statement. People worship, most of the people in the world worship Lord Shiva for material benefits. Because he's Asutosh. He gives you material appliances. He's easily pleased. So mostly demons worship Lord Shiva. Now we also in a childhood we would worship, give me that, give me this, give me that, give me that. Always we have a list only, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Nobody worships him for pure devil service. 16 wants 4 great principles, I want eternal love of God,
Prabhuji, isn't devatas who worship Vishnu? Because yesterday we were reading Bhagavatam, and there it says Brahma represents, three. There are 3 modes of nature. So Brahma is the controller of mode of
Rajaguna.
passion. Yeah, the Shiva is represents or the controller of mode of ignorance. So he is worshipped by demons, asuras, and they get all the opulences. And the devatas who are in the sattvic mode, for them the controller is Vishnu. But here you said Shiva is representing the material world, and then he gives opulences to both devatas and asuras.
He gives opulence to anybody who worships him, because Shiva is very easily pleased. Shiva means auspicious. If you approach him with a fruitive intent, he'll give you, whatever you want. So
it is not just for the people who are in the mode of ignorance.
People who are in the mode of ignorance, ignorance means they're on the bodily platform. Bodily platform means they will ask whatever is good for the body. Sometimes people come, we want to give Krishna, say, no, I have this health issue, can you pray for me? I have this relationship issue, can you pray for me? We can give Krishna. So what is that? Maharaj Chitraketu, he had everything. Narad Muni comes. Narad Muni can send you back to Godhead in 1 second. But Chitraketu was so much absorbed in that platform. Narad Muni said, what do you want? I want a son. It is like, Narad Muni can send you back to Godhead in 1 second. But because of the bodily absorption, anybody who is bodily absorbed, they are definitely, they're in the mode of, to a certain extent, Tamagun.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you.
Prabhuji, like in the Goloka, there will be birds and other living entities, right? So they are in which rasa, Prabhuji?
But that's what I said, Santaras. All the animals, birds, beasts, reptiles, they're all in Santaras.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, now we have to go forward. Last week also, just like that, we did it. So, how many of you are clear? The goal of life is to Go loka. Go back to Godhead. How many of you agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
So that's why end goal should be clear. One should be very clear with end goal. And should do sadhana. Then one lifetime will go. At least at end of the life will go. As simple as that. Or if you go to this Anuprabhu's home, there is a pot of ashes. That's what, so body Panchaputas, our body is made up of. It will go back to Panchaputas. You're listening or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now Krishna made very clear. That's why, we are not impersonalists. We are not Mayavadis. And we are personalists. We want to go back to Godhead. We want to go back to Krishna, Golok Vrindavan. So, but Krishna again, he said this. Who will read the third and fourth translation?
But those who fully worship the unmanifested, that which lies beyond the perception of the senses, all pervading, inconceivable, unchanging, fixed, and immovable, the impersonal conception of the absolute truth, by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed to everyone, such persons, engaged in welfare of all, at last achieve me.
At last achieve me. So, you are worshipping impersonal Brahman. Then what happens? One day you will meet a devotee. And the devotee says, Prabhuji, God is not a God, is a person. God is Krishna. Oh, really? Then by you will give him little prasad. When you eat that prasad, you will slowly understand God is a person. And when you understand God is a person, you'll start practicing chanting the holy name, mantra meditation. You'll become a bhakti yogi, you'll do the service, you'll slowly develop the affection for Krishna, anardhanivritti, you'll get rid of all the impurities, greed, envy, lust, pride. Then you'll come to Nishtha, you'll get initiated. Then you'll get the initially chanting is difficult. Now, chanting is wonderful. At least I'm doing like duty. Then slowly, chanting is tasty like gulab jamun. Then I developed, so I don't care what others think. And every year I'll go to Vrindavan, every year I'll go to Mayapur, every year I'll go to Jagannath Puri. Haribol, amazing. So then Ruchi Asakti Bhava, one day you're chanting your rounds. Krishna says, hey, your form is this. Wow. Haribol. Your service is this. Wow. So at the end of the life, you'll come back to me. But do this service as long as you're in this body. Then you'll attain eventually prema. Of course, that time also Maya will catch you, fall down if you're not careful. That's why we should not offend anybody. We should not criticize anybody. And we forgive anybody and go forward. And of course, Mataji said last week, we should not do things that will put us in illusion. That movie, this movie, that nonsense, this nonsense. Then your mind is saturated. When you chant the rounds, the movie will come. Instead of Krishna conscious, you'll become movie conscious. If you talk a whole day about politics, you'll be politics conscious. So what conscious we want to be?
Krishna conscious.
Krishna conscious. You can do this alone or you can do it, in the family. That's fine, absolutely all right. So then by the association of devotee, impersonalist also will become a devotee. Finally, he'll become a devotee and he'll go back to Godhead. Haribol. Even so, that is a understanding that impersonal realization, Brahman relation is not ultimate. But what is ultimate?
Going.
Golok Vrindavan.
Going back to Godhead and Bhagavan realization and serving Krishna is ultimate. Thank you. Then Krishna is telling the fifth one. What is the fifth one? Who will read?
For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
Yeah, Krishna is telling. Actually, this is a very, very, very important point. For those who are embodied, I have a question for all of you. Should I tell?
Yes.
Who will answer?
Yes.
I will tell you. You guys close your eyes and meditate on nothing. What is that?
Meditate on nothing.
Meditate on nothing. Can you focus?
No, Prabhu, not at all.
Prabhu.
Not
Are-
now, Prabhuji.
Not any time, actually.
Not at all.
This is the verse Krishna is telling. Klesho adhikatarastesham avyakta sati sakti chetsam avyakta hi gatar dukkam dehavabdiraapyasi. Hey, you're trained, your mind is trained to see people's forms. When you see somebody, what will you look at their toenails? You look at their face. Because that's how you connect with others. So that's why even Mayavadis sometimes they speak Bhagavatam, they worship Krishna and Rama. It's because Krishna is most beautiful. Most Mayavadis worship Krishna. Why? Now he's enjoying all these leelas, and Krishna is most beautiful. I cannot focus on impersonal Brahman, so let me focus on Krishna. But my end goal is Krishna. I mean, impersonal Brahman. That is cheating. So you are using Krishna as a doormat, and you're speaking Bhagavatam also. You're reading classes also, because little good karma, people are coming and attending your lecture also. But you are cheating yourself. You can never attain the grace of. You can never attain the perfection of your life. Why I'm telling this is in India, many organizations they do that, but for them, according to philosophically, everything is a illusion. Everything is illusion. Hare Krishna. If everything is illusion, why do you worship Krishna then? That's what Krishna is telling. You know, it's very difficult. Okay, next one. Who will do next one? Sixth and seventh.
But those who worship me, giving up all their activities unto me, and being devoted to me, without deviation, engaged in devotional service, and always meditating upon me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Pratha, for them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death.
Amazing. So Krishna is telling, this is the verse. Yetu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matpara devotee means beginning is Krishna, middle is Krishna, end is Krishna. Ananyaneva yogena mam dhyantu pasate. If you worship with Krishna with that much sincerity, then what Krishna says, Tesham aham dasamurtartam mutti samsara sagarat dhvamana parda maya aveshiti yatsam. That type of devotee, what I'll do? I'll take them back to Godhead, swift deliverer. If you become very focused, absorbed.
Sai Ram, this is.
Hello? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Somebody join. So, Krishna is telling, Tesham aham samudartam mritti samsara sagarat bhavamina chirah very soon. Maya veshiti yatasam. I will deliver you from the cycle of birth and death. I'll take you back to Godhead, Krishna is telling. Prabhupada mentions nicely, even if you're a great expert swimmer, can you swim in the ocean? Somehow you fell in the ocean. You're very good. There is no question of drowning. But how long can you swim in the ocean? Huh? But somebody comes and a helicopter comes and they pick you up. They throw a rope. They say, please come. You become grateful. Samsara means, it's cycle of birth and death. It's a shoreless ocean. So, but Krishna is telling here, if you, perform, in devotional service, bhakti yoga, without deviation, avyabhicharena, and always meditating on me, so be all and end all, Krishna, beginning, middle, and end. If you are whatever you yadbhavam tadbhavati, whatever you meditate, you'll become that. So if Krishna is telling that type of devotee, what I will do? I will take him back to Godhead. I'll break that. That cycle of birth and death. I'll break it. I'll bring him out of cycle of birth and death, and I'll take him back to him or her back to Godhead. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
So that is the prerogative of Bhakti Yogi. You have seen in the 10th chapter. So Krishna, this facility is available to Bhakti Yogis. Now, Krishna is giving different gradations. Krishna is telling you do this. You say, my Lord, I cannot do this, my Lord. All right, you do this. Little less. I cannot do that. All right, at least you do this. I cannot do this. So Krishna is telling you, he is asking you to fully surrender and dedicate 24/7. But then you say, I cannot do it. How he is lowering his bar. So from verse number 8 to 12, it's actually a topic. So let everyone finish 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Can you read these 5 verses?
Okay.
Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will live in me always, without a doubt.
Amazing. So you always, so again I have a question for you. Can we focus on anything for more than 5 minutes? Or at 2 minutes we cannot focus. But somehow or other, by chanting the holy name, by doing service, practicing devotional service, what are the different limbs of devotional service? If you somehow fix the intelligence, fix your mind on Krishna, use your intelligence in serving Krishna. Lord Chaitanya said, what is the easiest way to remember Krishna? Anybody?
Shravanam and Kirtanam.
Hare Krishna.
Kirtanam.
Chant his holy name, Shravanam and Kirtanam, yes. But what is easiest? Somebody said Hare Krishna. Who's that?
Chanting.
That's it.
Mantra.
The easiest way to remember Krishna is chant his holy name. Abhinnato Namanam. So, somehow or other, for example, if you are whatever you are attached to, you will become that. 11th Canto Srimad Bhagavatam. But if you are attached to Krishna, you will live with Krishna. Mayi eva manadatsva. Mayi buddhim nivesaya. Do you all know whatever you are attached to, you will become that?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Maharaj Bharat, he meditated.
Yeah.
So what did he become?
Dear.
Deer, because he was attached to deer. If you attach to Krishna, you'll go back to Krishna. Right? Okay, so Krishna is telling, hey, that is the goal of human life, sir. Ma'am. So please focus. Please meditate, fix your mind on me. Then you say, my Lord, difficult. Arey, shaadi ho gaya. Bacche hain, job hai. So you say difficult, my Lord. Then what Krishna says next one?
My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me.
Yes, I cannot 24/7. I cannot do that because I have so many designations. I'm a husband, or I'm a wife, I'm a father, I'm a mother, I'm an employee, or I'm an employer, and what is that? So likewise, I have so many designations. So my Lord, I cannot fully dedicate my time to you. So then Krishna says, what can you do? So I cannot do. Also Krishna says, all right, follow 4 regulated principles of Bhakti Yoga. Actually, we all belong to the category 9. Okay, you cannot give 24 hours, that's fine. Chant, okay, to become a Bhakti Yogi, actually according to organization, chant this many rounds, follow 4 regulated principles, practice Bhakti Yoga, different limbs of Bhakti Yoga. That way, slowly, you will attain verse number 8. Slowly you'll become serious. Don't worry, that's fine. You just follow the principles of Bhakti Yoga. Give some portion of the time. If you start offering food to Krishna, you are giving your kitchen to Krishna. If you want to, meditate on Krishna and you want to make Krishna as your objective, you are giving your puja room to Krishna. But you want to train your whole family in Krishna consciousness, you are giving your whole home to Krishna. So that's how Krishna will slowly occupy, But whatever you want to start, you can start. So Krishna is telling, follow the regulated principles of Bhakti Yoga. Try this, Arjuna. Next. 10th one.
If you cannot, sorry, go ahead.
Cannot practice the regulations of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me. Because by working for me, you will come to the perfect stage.
So, my lord, I cannot become Bhakti Yogi, No. I cannot chant 16 rounds, get initiated and follow 4 written principles. Difficult. And Krishna says, come and do a little service in our temple. Once in a while, come and do little service. What service? We can come in the kitchen and do service.
Prasad.
I know. Or you come cut vegetables. Or you do some service for me. You distribute these flyers. Thoda seva karo na. At least you can do that if you know. Okay. So become a supporter of the temple. Next one.
If, however, you are unable to work in the consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all the results of your work and try to be self-situated.
No, you say, my lord, I cannot come and do service regular basis. I'm very busy guy. I'm very much engrossed in the material world. Then Jesus Krishna says, become a donor. Give up your results. Means, you support the, give a little donation. Give your resources. That's what is working up results. Results means, because you cannot say, my lord, Sarvam Krishna Arpanamastu. You cannot tell that. So you cannot tell that Krishna Arpanamastu. Everything, Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanam. You cannot tell that. You can, you may tell, but you may not act. So Krishna is telling, give a little fruit of your service, bro. If portion of your resources. That way, eventually, when you start giving, resources to Krishna, you will still develop service. You will start doing little service to Krishna. When you start doing service to Krishna, you develop desire to become become a Bhakti Yogi of Krishna and get initiated and follow the process. Eventually, you will be fully absorbed in Krishna and you will reach 8th verse. You're all understanding what I'm telling?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So how 11th verse will take you to 10th verse? 10th will take to 9 and 9 to 8th. That is Krishna's, confidence and guarantee. Then the 12th one.
If you cannot take to this practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. Better than knowledge, however, is meditation, and better than meditation is renunciation of fruits of action. For by such renunciation, one can attain peace of mind.
So some people say, we cannot do that. I cannot become a Bhakti Yogi. I cannot give my resources. I cannot come and do service. Then Krishna says, what can you do? All right. Understand the nature of this world. Realize you are not, he understand that you are not the body and spirit soul. Purchase Bhagavad Gita. If not Bhagavad Gita, Isopanishad. If not Isopanishad, so purchase spiritual books, Bhagavatam or Mahabharata, where you will understand the story. But you have to realize slowly you are not the body but soul. Then you will come to me eventually. So he said, look, but better than knowledge is dhyana, meditation. Better than meditation, meditate on what? Some people say meditate on breath, some people say meditate on nothing, But if you do that, what happens is your mind and senses, they become a little slow. When you slow, when they slow, you'll understand, you'll start thinking spiritually. Otherwise, always, what will I get? Kya milega? You cannot focus on spirituality. But Krishna is telling, better than meditation is renunciation of fruits of action. Renunciation of fruits of action means my role in this world is temporary. Without his sanction, I cannot do anything. So let me give some fruit of action. So renunciation, vairagya, detachment. Because if a person develops detachment, he'll understand the nature of this world. So likewise, Krishna is telling, you do this 100%. No, my lord, I cannot do 100%. All right, 90%. I cannot. All right, 80%. No, no. All right, 50%. No, no. All right, 10% to karo na. Because Krishna knew this will lead that person eventually to bhakti yoga. You all have to see where you fall in this category. This is a wonderful ladder of Krishna consciousness. How many of you understood?
Yes, understood.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have one doubt actually. As Krishna is lowering the bar, so our chances of going back to Godhead is also decreasing, right?
Naturally, bro. When you come to in your college, when they give what they do, they give whoever is A plus, they'll get the seat first. Then A plus, then A minus, A, then B category. Likewise, your chance is becoming, you're going far away from Krishna, but Krishna is trying to hold you. You say, no, Lord, I don't want. What can Krishna do? Unfortunately, we have that free will, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you're only increasing your number of births, yes, by going away from Krishna. Because once you go away from Krishna, you should know, why are we saying no to Krishna? Because of the presence of greed, envy, anger, pride, arrogance, lust, right? So a person who can declare war on these impurities, that's why initially sadhaka has to resist so many temptations, resist the demands of the mind. You all experience, you all agree with that. So this demands a military discipline. But wherever you start, probably day one you cannot, when the even flight also, when it starts taking up, it starts from 0 degree, zero, 5 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour. But finally, 180 per miles per hour, then it will take off. Then 500 miles per hour when it's in the air. 600 miles per hour. 1,000 miles per hour. But you all should know it started with 5 miles per hour only. So likewise, somewhere we have to start, but it has to eventually increase. As your purity grows, as your sincerity grows, so the way you approach Krishna, Krishna will reciprocate you with like that. Reciprocate with you like that. Okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Any other question?
Yes, Prabhuji, I have a question here. Suppose if we start, like, we are at the lowest, say we are at the lowest level, so in the ladder, and then, like, at the end of our life, maybe we are not that conscious and we just think about our family or something like that. And by the time we pass away and take the next birth, how it happens, you said, right? Like, whatever we are like thinking about the conscious that we have during the time of our death, that will be the next life, right? So, and but as we fall on the lowest level of the ladder, we might have actually accumulated some bhakti account. So how will that make us prosper, like take up in the next future lives or something like that?
Nice question, Amma. Thank you. Wonderful question. So first of all, whatever bhakti you accumulate, whatever devotional service you accumulate, seva you do, it is eternal, first of all. It is never lost. Swalpam apesha dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Okay. The second thing is, there is Ramanacharya said in 1,000 years ago, throughout your life you work for Krishna, you perform bhakti, at the end, for some reason you cannot think of Krishna, Krishna will think of you. You're listening?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Krishna will think of you and he'll take you back to Godhead. If you have really worked very hard, you tried your best. Krishna is not like a hard-hearted master, and Bhakti Yoga is not a mathematics. Krishna is a very soft-hearted father. He wants us more than we do. So any little bit sincerity we show, Krishna wants to reciprocate with that. So that's why we want people to diligently work for Krishna as a bhakti yogi. Follow the, the 9th verse. If you cannot fully, what is that? If you cannot fully do that, Krishna understands. You cannot be fully absorbed in Krishna. Krishna, you cannot be 100% Krishna conscious. But 9th one, Practice the principles of Bhakti Yoga. Try your best. Then Krishna will pick you up. Bhishma did not think of Krishna, but Krishna thought of Bhishma and went to Krishna, went to Bhishma, and what is that? Bhishma This is coming actually. See, looking into the eyes of Krishna, Bhishma left the world and went back to spiritual world. First canto Srimad Bhagavatam. But still, some people that these are two. I gave you two answers. The third one is yes, somebody for some reason they did the sadhana, they practiced bhakti yoga for some time, and then what happened? They gave it up. So like for example, 20-30%. You have so many desires. You have so many desires to enjoy independent of Krishna. Then what happens is next life, Arjuna asks this question. Krishna answers it. Suchinam Shrimatangehi Yoga Brashta Vijayate. You will take birth in a rich family or a rich devotee family. And you will continue from there. For example, to take, like in our temple, so many devotees. For them to eat prasad, it took 30 years. For their children, D1. Means what? They are more advanced. Krishna arranged them. You're understanding?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah.
So next life you will continue from 31% if you have done 30% in the previous life. Then what happens? That lifetime you have done another 60%, 90%. Next lifetime you'll take birth in devotee family, only 10%. So as you are in the middle of your age, you'll attain self-realization. That is the last path, you'll go back to Krishna. So nahi kalyan kaschit durgatim tati gachati. There is no loss in this process. A person who has done practice pure bhakti yoga, has done good, will never be overcome by evil. Krishna says, don't worry, Arjuna. If you practice bhakti yoga, you are never overcome by evil. So you'll continue only, you'll get protection from Krishna. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Ma. So what we'll do, we'll stop here. I have another class to, go. We finished up to 11 verse. Actually, it is a very small chapter. I want to finish it somehow. I couldn't. My request to all of you, please do sadhana. Time is running out. And I look for, can you believe we started this program when?
2020.
2020?
June. Yeah, June 2020.
If June comes 3 years, amazing. So many people came and left, but you only stayed. Amazing. So then you're listening Bhagavad Gita. So my request, you continue doing this. And every time, every service you do is an eternal credit. Anytime you listen and Bhagavad Gita and practice is an eternal credit. That's it. It's a bank account. Slowly we are accumulating. Right?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. And we'll end it. My obeisances. Dandavat pranam. Shila Prabhupada.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dandavat.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.